Hi class, in this video I am going to go over the best way to navigate the course as well as go over the syllabus. So if you look at our course, when you open it, I do have some links that are sort of some shortcuts. So like if you click on here, it'll take you to the introductory module. If you click on this, it'll take you to the syllabus. This will take you to the modules. This right here takes you to my Zoom office hours, and then this takes you to volume 1 of the textbook and volume 2 of Writing Spaces, which is our textbook as well. So I should mention that for this course, you do not have to buy a textbook. They are free and available online. So let's go ahead and look at the syllabus. The syllabus contains pretty basic information. However, one new addition for this semester is the COVID statement, so you want to make sure that you go ahead and read this. There is also a COVID safety module that I will show you whenever we get to the modules. And basically what this statement says is that you are responsible for self-monitoring yourself for any COVID-19 symptoms, and also it mentions that any person, regardless of vaccination status, has to wear a mask in class or on campus. Now obviously this class is completely online. We do not meet in person, nor do we have any synchronous Zoom meetings, but regardless, you want to be aware of the guidelines in case you do visit the campus. Here we have my contact information. So basically the best way to contact me is through Canvas inbox, and if you want to meet with me, we can go ahead and schedule an appointment and we can meet through Zoom. And also, if you need to call me, here is my office phone number. My calls are being forwarded to my cell phone, so please make sure that you leave a voicemail so that I know who's calling and what class you're in. That way I can go ahead and call you back. So moving on, here we have information like course content, course learning outcomes, things like that you can go ahead and read on your own. Here we also have a little bit of information about the portfolio, which is our final assignment. Here we have the assignments that we're doing for the course, as well as how many points they are worth. And then I go ahead and I provide a brief explanation of each assignment. However, please keep in mind that for more detailed instructions, you want to go ahead and look at the instruction page on Canvas so that you can go ahead and see the instructions for each assignment. I do want to point out though that when it comes to the discussion questions, they are due on two different dates. Now, Canvas does not allow us to put two due dates, so you're going to have to remember that your first discussion post is due by Thursday. So what I mean by first discussion post is I mean that your response to my original discussion question. So that is due by Thursday, and then you have until Saturday to reply to a classmate. Now, the reason why the first post is due by Thursday is because there are students who want to reply to the classmates and they want to finish their discussion question early during the week, but they can't because sometimes people wait until the last minute on Saturday, so other people cannot finish their post early during the week. So in order to avoid that, and in order to have more of participation and ongoing discussion, we have the first post due by Thursday, and then your reply to your classmate is due by Saturday. So please keep that in mind, because not submitting them on Thursday can affect your grade or your participation grade as well. When it comes to classroom management, please make sure that you have reliable access to a computer and also to Wi-Fi. Computer malfunctions and Wi-Fi issues are not necessarily considered excused, so you want to make sure that you have alternative methods. You have a plan B. Honestly, I think the best thing is to plan. Don't wait until the last minute to submit assignments, because sometimes the internet can be weird, especially with weather. Sometimes the internet can go out, so just make sure that you give yourself enough time to submit things, just in case something goes wrong and you need to submit it at a later time. So for example, if we have an assignment due on Sunday, Don't wait till 11:57 p.m. to turn it in. Maybe try to submit it around 10 p.m. just in case something goes wrong. That's what I would suggest. When it comes to late work, I don't accept late work unless there is some sort of emergency or special circumstances. So I basically treat it as a case-by-case basis. So if you do have an issue, please let me know and maybe we can try to work something out. However, please keep in mind that I cannot accept every single assignment late. There are rules that I also have to abide by, so I cannot accept assignments late every single week. So I can only accept an assignment that's late if it's for a good reason and it's beyond your control and there's some sort of emergency or serious issue. So please keep that in mind. And also, with late work, it tends to become a habit sometimes and it makes us fall behind. So it's just better to try to submit everything on time, unless, of course, there are excruciating circumstances that are beyond our control. Also, make sure that you're nice to people in the course. Please make sure that you're respectful, and please make sure that you are considerate of others, and make sure that anything that you write in your discussions when we're communicating with other people in this course, please make sure that it's relevant to the course and to the topic. And here I do have the netiquette for online classes, which are basically guidelines for how to properly communicate in online settings and online discussions. Some of this information might be common sense to some people, but some people might be encountering this for the first time. Like, for example, a lot of people don't know that you shouldn't write everything in caps because it implies shouting. So it's definitely good to go over this information just in case you are new to discussions and online classes in general. So here we have the important dates to remember. So please make sure that you look at those. Specifically, the last day to withdraw with a W, which is October 18th. And then also the last day to add a course, which is Friday, August 27th. Here we have the tentative schedule. So as you can see, I divided it up into 3 columns, which is the date, the reading, and the assignments that are due for that specific week. So for example, this reading right here tells you that this can be found in volume 1 of the textbook. And everything is listed here. So you want to make sure that you look at your syllabus because that is the best way to keep up with the course. The other best way to keep up with the course is to go ahead and navigate the course through modules, because I try to divide up the modules into weeks. So basically the module tells you everything you have to read for that week, and then the assignments are at the end of the module. So I think that's also a pretty good way to navigate the course so that you can focus on week by week. And as you can see here, you have to read all of this right here, and then the assignments are over here. Now, for example, here I have the classic argument, but it's not due till September 26th. But the reason it's listed under week 3 is because you're supposed to read the instructions that week, because that's when I'm assigning it. So you have about 2 weeks to write an essay. So I'm telling you to read the instructions during this week so that you can get a head start and you can start working on it beforehand. So here we have some of the modules. And if we go back to our home page, here we have the textbook. So like I said, the name of our textbook is Writing Spaces Volume 1 and Writing Spaces Volume 2. So if you look at the syllabus, it tells you which volume to go through. Now, something else that we want to keep in mind is when we are on our home page, this right here is the most recent announcement. However, if you want to look at the announcements that I post, you can go ahead and click on announcements. Now this is from last year, but I just wanted to show you an example of what this page eventually looks like. So each Monday I post a announcement that provides an overview for the week. So basically what I do is I tell you this is what we're covering this week and this is what to do. So that allows us to focus on each week, you know, and in case you're wondering like, okay, what do I have to do this week? I'll let you know at the end of the announcement. But I also post announcements about extra credit opportunities and other things going on campus. So those I post them, you know, as they come up. So make sure that you check announcements frequently. Actually, make sure that you set up notifications so that you get notified anytime there is a new announcement. However, the weekly overview announcements, I post those every Monday. So you can kind of make sure to remind yourself to check every Monday. And in case you're wondering, well, how do I set notifications? If you click right here, it takes you to the introductory module, which is right here. And I do have a link for how to set notifications on Canvas. And it also tells you how to use Zoom. And right here, we have a general help and questions forum, which is basically a discussion forum. And here you can post any questions you might have. Now this is only for general questions. So if you have a question about Zoom, if you have a question about Canvas, if you have a question about an assignment, you can go ahead and post it here and I can answer or somebody else can answer. And if you want to follow the thread, just make sure you click on subscribe and you'll get notified anytime there is a new post. However, if you have a personal question that pertains only to you, like if you have a question about your grade, don't post that here because that's personal information. So we don't want people to see it. This right here is a question that everybody in the class can see. So if it's a personal question, don't post it here. Just go ahead and email me for those. But if it's a general question about the course, Canvas, an assignment, you can go ahead and post it here. So let's go back to our home and let's go ahead and look at that first introductory page. Oops. So if we click on it, you will find this video. You will also find my other email, which is natalie@nmsu.edu. However, like I said, the best way to contact me is through Canvas inbox right here. And it typically takes me about 24 to 48 hours to reply to you. If I haven't replied within 24 to 48 hours of regular business days, then go ahead and email me again because maybe I didn't receive your email. However, if it's over the weekend, it might take me a little bit longer just because I don't check my email on the weekends. Also, when it comes to grading, it typically does take me about 5 to 10 days. Sometimes whenever I have essays due in a lot of my classes, because all of my classes are English classes. Well, I also teach the freshman year experience classes. I teach 2 of those. So sometimes I have multiple essays coming in from different classes. So if that's the case, it might take me even a little bit longer to grade some assignments. Like it might take me 14 days. But for the most part, it takes me 5 to 10 days to grade an assignment. And some assignment like quizzes are automatically graded. So for some of those, you can go ahead and see your grade instantly after you submit it. But for essays and other writing assignments and discussions, I grade those manually. So it does take a few days to see your grade. Also, this video shows you how to submit an assignment, and then I have a handout that shows you how to view your feedback. So whenever I grade something, you can go ahead and look at my comments, and you can go ahead and look at the rubric, and this handout right here shows you how to do that. Like I said, this video shows you how to submit an assignment, and for the essays, I do use Turnitin, which is a software provided by Canvas, and it basically lets me know what percentage of the essay is plagiarized. So this video right here tells you how to access your Turnitin originality score. That way you can see if you plagiarized or if any content is plagiarized, and that way you can fix it before the essay is due. I do offer extra credit. I mostly offer extra credit for attending workshops, which are available virtually, and also other college events. I also have an extra credit assignment, so please make sure that you take a look at that. And like I said, any extra credit options, I will go ahead and post under announcements. Here I talk about the format of the essay, which is basically each essay should be Times New Roman 12-point font or Calibri 11-point font, double spaced, We are using the 7th edition, so I do need to go ahead and change that because this is a typo. A cover page is not required, but essays should be double spaced. And in case you have any questions about Canvas, here are some links. So here are some links for frequently asked questions by students, and then here is the information for tech support. So here I have links to the books again in case you don't find them in the front page. So here we have the syllabus, and then we also have the 2 assignments that are due this week, which is the discussion 1 and the syllabus quiz. And the last thing I wanted to mention was that right below that week 1 module, we also have the COVID safety module. Now this module basically has important information, and then it has a quiz, and it has 2 quizzes. These quizzes are not for a grade, but you are required to take them by DACC, so you want to make sure that after you've looked over the first module that you also look at the COVID safety module and you take those 2 quizzes. Like I said, they're not for a grade, but they are a requirement for all DACC students, so you want to make sure that you complete that module, the quizzes in that module. So I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I look forward to working with you this semester.